Unidos para Centroamérica. Welcome back to another Central American Voices podcast. Today, we have a very special episode because we get to talk with friends about what the sport means. So today, we have Diego, a good friend. Thank you for being here today.
Of course, I'm super excited.
I'm so excited. I feel like it's like, okay, you have helped us so much behind the scenes. And I'm like, okay, now let's talk about one of your favorite things, which is soccer.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go back to your first memory of like when it comes to the sport and the men's World Cup. Like, have you ever, like, did you start very young with the sport or how was it? Because I know you grew up in Mexico, but... How was that?
So for most of my life, I didn't like, for the beginning years, I would say, I didn't like soccer. I didn't care about it. But I moved around a lot in Mexico, and one of the moves was to Monterrey. And Monterrey is like the biggest capital of like soccer. Like it's carne asada and soccer number 2.
Oh, wow.
So I learned through that about soccer and just the culture. But like one of my biggest memories for the World Cup was like they would literally shut down the school for the World Cup. Like our teachers would put the games on. So like just experiencing that in class and with people, so exciting. And like ever since that, I just loved it.
Yeah, I just think in Latin America is a different like environment because I was also in an old woman like school, Católica. But las monjitas, they will be like, this day you need to come with your jersey, and then they will play it like the game. And I think that just the sentiment of one collective support to a team, like it does. Like bring you like, you know, those memories. Because I still remember like 2010, at least from Honduras, the 2010 like men World Cup. That one was like, oh, like that is a core memory for me.
Right.
Do you remember a core memory for any of the men World Cup or any game that you like when it comes to Mexico?
Ooh. I think I still think about this every day, and I was just thinking about it now. Like the game with Netherlands, like no fue penal. Like I almost cried that day. It was horrible. Like, but that was to be such a PTSD experience. It was just a great time. Like like hoping, because you know Mexico like don't give power. Like, but just hoping that they're gonna beat it and the hope that's there. I think that's unbeatable.
I have heard that there is a thing with Mexico that they don't pass by certain después de los octavos.
Yeah.
They have never gone past?
No, and it's crazy because like when I was growing up, but I always told my dad like, Dad, we're gonna win it this time, we're gonna win it this year, and my dad would be low-key disappointed and be like, no son, they're not gonna win it, no van a ganar, like siempre ha pasado y nunca va a pasar. No, it's like, pero la esperanza nunca muere. So, but yeah, they never made it out, and like it's just the hope of every Mexican to win the World Cup.
I think that would be insane because I mean Mexico is part of the CONCACAF, which it plays with Central America, all Central American unions, and I have memories about Mexico and Honduras. You know, like that is like what to us is like, oh, we're gonna do Mexico, you know what I mean? And I think it's just Mexico's have always been a like really good team, and it's like to not see them advance so much because at least for us, sorry for the disappointment, but I know we're just going for the group part of it, you know, like I wish I can say like, oh, we're gonna move on, but sometimes that doesn't happen. We only have one Central American this year, so you know. But how was for you growing up, especially with your family? Were they very like soccer people? Were they like plan around like the men's World Cup, or is it something that is more huge every 4 years, or do you guys always watch like soccer, aunque no sea digamos del país, pero también como like de Europa o cosas así?
So actually, my family was not into soccer at all.
Okay.
My family has always been big baseball fans, like especially Dodgers.
Okay.
So when we moved to Monterrey and I got into it, like I played every day in lunch. I played in the team. I was the only one that kind of was interested and like kind of found my way around it. Eventually, I think my dad has been like an on and off fan, and that's when like we kind of connected, like soccer wise. Well, my mom would take me to every practice, but she would never watch. She watched the games here and there, but she didn't like it. And even to the day, like maybe a cousin or two are like super into soccer, pero nadie.
Wow.
So I'm like the rare like Like, I love
El
it.
primero.
El primero.
That's good. I mean, is it baseball also big in Mexico or like?
Yeah.
Not really.
It is pretty big.
Okay.
O sea, no tanto como el fútbol, but big enough that it's popular. Like, they always play, and it's like specifically the Dodgers. Like, that's the only team they follow.
Of course, the Dodgers.
Yeah.
Shame on you. But yeah, that's kind of cool because I feel like a lot of time, like at least for me, yo crecí en una familia like de mi lado mi papi super futbolera, and my mom has always loved the sport, but it becomes more like an experience, like like during the World Cup, like we watch every game. Pero antes de eso, like fuera de eso, we're like, oh yeah, today's Honduras is playing. Okay, let's watch it. Like it's sí nos acordamos, but during the World Cup is when we watch it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So you watch outside of like Women's World Cup?
So I feel like after high school, I had a period where I just didn't care about it. Like I was heartbroken because I didn't play, and like one of my dreams was to play college soccer. It didn't happen, but whatever, that's the past. But yeah, like for a while there, I did not want to watch it, and like maybe a couple of years ago, I'm like, wait. Why am I hating? I should just like keep watching. Like I love it, So I just kept diving into it, and now I'm obsessed. I even have like a Mexico soccer jersey right here. Like that's how obsessed I've become.
You're matching your shirt.
And I'm matching the shirt. Yeah.
So, why do you think, like, for example, soccer, even though, like, there's, like you said, like, el béisbol también está grande en Mexico, but what do you think soccer brings so much of, like, community into, like, countries like Mexico and other countries? Like, why do you think that is a common thing of, like, all getting united?
I think it just connects you, like liking the same thing just immediately makes you a friend of a random person. And also hating on the team also connects you. So when you're like hate watching, you're like, they're gonna lose. But yeah, I think it's just like, even playing like a lot of my best friends growing up were from soccer. Like they play soccer with me.
Okay.
So I think it's just something that connects you, something like you can talk about, something that you can connect like countrywide, something that you can connect like specific clubs, So I think it's just a big connector.
Yeah. I mean, I think it does bring community in, but I also, I don't know if Mexico is the same one, but I mean, you guys always go to the World Cup, so it wouldn't be. But like in Honduras and I like to share this, that we have this say that if the selección está, o sea, is going well, the country is going well. So we haven't been doing well because you know how the country's doing. You know what I mean? Like, so like we always have that correlation, like I guess the feeling of feeling proud of where we're from, or that everything is going well. Those kind of correlate how our team is going.
Yeah. Okay. I never thought about that, but that's a good thing. Like, see it.
I mean, I think in Honduras we always say like, well, no ganamos because we already know how we're doing.
Yeah.
And then the times that we have gone to the World Cup, it's like lately we 2010 and 2014 they were okay. So it's like those times were like, okay, like there was this sense of unity that it kind of bleeds into like the sport and the unity outside. So it kind of a correlation while you were talking about like community supporting each other and feeling proud and like that commodity of like friendship and finding a place.
Because it's like a weekend thing. Like the pueblo where my family is from in Mexico, like they have Sunday leagues, like, and it's like a whole family gathering, like las tías, los tíos, like they might be 50, 60, 70, but they're playing and they're kicking each other's ass. So it's like very funny, like, and I love it. I love that part of it,
Yeah, and then what do you think, like, for example, this men's World Cup means more than just a sport? Because right now we have like va a ser en 3 países, right? Mexico, Estados Unidos, y Canadá, which it already represents like kind of what you were saying about the unity, the getting together.
Yeah.
Side eye to some country. But like, what do you think it also means beyond the game? Like beyond the sport, beyond what this men's World Cup is? Like, why do you think it means to other people outside of it?
Oh, that's a great question. I think this World Cup has been a little controversial because it's like they're emphasizing over the money and commercial. I can't say.
La comercialización.
Ajá,
Ahí
eso. But I think at the end of the day, like the people that love it and want to watch it, like myself, are not gonna be able to do it because they're just thinking about the money. But over that, I think if it wasn't for that, I think it'd be a great connector. Like, I think it would be like, at least for Americans, it would be like a great way to teach them about about soccer, about the sport. But then that, it's just like, it's kind of weird. I feel
a little bit, yeah.
I love it, and I love what's happening. I love the culture. Like, this is the first World Cup that I'm attending, So I think I'm very excited about that part, about the people. Like, that's what I'm gonna be focusing on for like my series. Like the people. Like, I wanna go see the chants. I wanna see people really excited about seeing their teams. I wanna hear how like people how far they travel to get here. I just wanna hear the story. It's so fun.
Because I feel like there's always been a dream in la comunidad del soccer or fútbol of like, oh my God, I want to attend a World Cup, right? And now we have it in the backyard and we cannot even attend.
I know.
And it's like, but what makes the sport what it is, and it is the people surrounded. You know what I mean?
100%. Like, it's so funny because sometimes, like, if you're wearing like a club jersey and you're walking past on the street and someone randomly is like, hey, like, I'm a Barcelona fan. For the record, I know Brenda's laughing back there.
Brenda is like,
but I am a hardcore Barcelona fan, and every time I'm carrying or walking around my jersey, people are like, Barcelona. And, I just love that. Yeah.
I mean, it is a connection thing. You know what I mean? And I also feel like, yes, you were born in Mexico and then kind of grew up here, but it also allows people that maybe they was not born in Mexico, but their families are from there to continue connecting through their culture, through the sport, right? Because there is such a sense of pride.
Yeah.
At least in a country matter team, right? Of course, también los clubs también. I get it.
No, but people are also very prideful, like second, third generations of Hondurans, Colombia, like Mexicans. Like, we're very proud of our countries, and we're very proud to be representing the World Cups. It's cool. Like, I love it.
Yeah, and then you did mention a little bit of your series. So Diego's doing a series.
Yes.
¿Cómo dice que llamaba? Los Ángeles Mundial o L.A. Mundial?
L.A. Mundial.
L.A. Mundial.
Yeah.
L.A. Mundial. And you're talking about that you want to cover more of the people, right? So I mean, we kind of talk a little bit like, why is that it's important to, and then why did you decide to create that, like, as of like hub to highlight that part?
So, like, to be fully transparent, it was because I couldn't get tickets. I tried to volunteer. I did not get chosen to volunteer.
We tried.
I literally have tried everything. I went through the phases of tickets, but by like phase 3, I was like, what? It's not gonna be possible. It's too expensive. So I was like, what can I do? How can I be creative? How can I enjoy the World Cup? And my idea was like, wait, I have a stadium in my backyard. Might as well go and see what's up. Go see the events in LA. Like, I think the West Coast is like love soccer, and I think, out of all the states in the U.S., I think maybe the like LA or like California is the place to be for the World Cup.
Okay.
So I was like, wait, I should just go record, like, go talk to people, like, just like making my own project. I kind of.
Hey, you need to. Vas a hacer limonada con lo que tenés.
Exacto. And maybe someone will invite me to a free game,
Hey.
Putting it out there, manifesting.
I mean, it's just like the hustling of things, I feel like you have been a fan of the sport and you have played the sport and what it means to you personally, but also for your country and the community you're in, but also, sadly, the business side of it, like, it's kind of like limiting you to that, but it's like, okay, what can I do to also be part of this that is once in a lifetime, you know what I mean? When were we going to have the men's World Cup back in the States, at least where we live? Next one will be probably traveling to another country, so like, which might be a different experience than enjoying it with where you grew up with your neighbor, with your friends that you have around.
It's like so rare to have it here, and to be 20 plus years until the next one, so might as well enjoy it.
Vamos a estar viejitos.
Exacto, yeah.
Okay, so before we go, I have a question for you. So but who are you rooting for the World Cup? I'm going to give you the World Cup here. So tell me, who are you rooting for the World Cup?
Como dice Chicharito, imaginémonos cosas chingonas. So I am really there's always that hope that Mexico is going to win it. Mexico, if this is a year, this is a year. But I was like, I don't want to say the other teams that I'm supporting.
You're like, because tienes que manifestar that
yes, I have to say Mexico. The World Cup's the time to believe,
Yes.
99% fe, 1% chance.
I love that. Are you excited for, outside of like that, excited for any game that you're like, okay, like I really have to watch this game or something like that? I thought from Mexico.
I just love the World Cup. Like I'm the type of person that will watch every game.
Okay.
Like even if I'm at work, aquí tengo el teléfono.
Sí.
And that's the plan right now. Like even though I'm gonna be covering, voy a tener el teléfono aquí viendo.
Hey, subscriptions already paid.
Yeah.
No ads.
No ads.
Games on the calendar because I
upgraded my cell phone plan.
Making sure
5G
that
plus LTE, everything.
Did you add the games into your calendar?
I don't, but I have an app that tells me.
Okay.
O sea, no tengo que.
Okay, I know I do add it into my calendar.
Yeah, that's
I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
This. Okay. Perfect. Well, thank you so much for being with us today. I think it was fun to talk with you about the World Cup. I know we have a little rivalidad in the game. But it's fun.
No, but like if I'm not supporting Mexico, I'm always supporting a Latin American country, Central American country. Like, shout out to Honduras, shout out to Costa Rica who didn't make it.
Man, we didn't. It was
just
Panama. But it's okay.
Panama. I do love Panama.
Yeah, that's where I'm supporting her, but I'm supporting my Panamanians brothers. Al Sanalero. Okay. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Well, welcome Jackie to this side. Yay. Jackie is one of our producers on the podcast, but today she's one of our guests. So we can talk a little bit about the Men's World Cup, the sport, and a little bit of everything. Well, welcome on the side.
And thank you for having me. I'm
excited. So let's talk about what was your first memory when it comes to the sport?
So my dad, because he's from Mexico, he watched a lot of soccer matches when I was little.
Mm-hmm.
And the most, like, the one that I remember, like, being like, oh my gosh, like, soccer, like, that's so exciting, was the 2010 World Cup, when it was Mexico versus South Africa, when they had the World Cup in South Africa. I was like, that's so cool. Like, I remember getting chills. Like, I was home alone when I watched the match, but I'm like, I remember it so clearly, and it's pretty cool that that's the opening match for this year's World Cup. Like, that's just
like, let's do it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so cool. Yeah, I think the World Cup of 2010 has a very magic, nostalgic feeling, because I think even for me too, even though I started watching it like 2 years before that, or like 2 men World Cups before that, I think the 2010 was when I felt it, like, I mean, Honduras qualified for that one, but I felt it, like, the emotion, that community, or what this sport brings to a country, to my family, and things like that.
And for me, it was very nostalgic. I feel like it's also like similar times back then, because I was 11 at the time. So it's just like something of my childhood that I remember very clearly. And I mean, for any Shakira fans out there, like, Waka Waka, like,
iconic.
Like, to this day, I still listen to it.
Yes. I mean, I feel like there is so many songs that you're like, it's just something that it became very nostalgic, timeless. But Waka Waka will always be like that sentiment.
It's just like the World Cup song,
yes. Did they have the waving flag the same? Yes, right? The waving flag. Okay. Da, na, 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 na. Right? Yes, that waving flag. Do you like that one or not really?
It's okay.
It's okay. Do you like Waka Waka in English or Spanish?
I listen to it a lot in Spanish.
Okay.
So, like, when I hear it in English, like, yeah, it's good, but, like, it just doesn't hit as much as Spanish.
I agree with that. I agree with that. And so you talk a little bit about your dad and the sport. So you are Guatemalan Mexican. You're wearing a Guatemala shirt.
Yes, I'm repping them.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they did not qualify. They almost did.
They almost did. They almost did.
If they had put in as much effort as they did versus Suriname in the last game, I think they would have qualified at least.
Yeah.
For at least second place, and then they would have done the playoffs. Pero, ni modo.
Ni modo.
We'll have to wait another 4 years.
Another 4 years to try. But you having like a background from both countries, how does, like, for example, for you in team related, like, how do you see it? Because it's like they're both different soccer communities, you know what I mean? Like, one always goes to the World Cup, the other one doesn't. And like, how do you experience that, like, for you or in your family?
I mean, because I don't have a relationship at all with my dad, so it's like I see Mexico as just something that, they're always there, you know?
Okay.
So I always expect them to be there. When it's for Guatemala, I'm like, oh my gosh, like finally, because I mean, for me, like, aparte of soccer, like I want to see more representation of Guatemala in everything, whether it's in film, media, whatever it is. Like, I love seeing Guatemala, even if they're the underdogs sometimes and they don't really achieve as much because they're not given the opportunities. It's just nice to see that, you know, that they're starting to like shine a light on them a little bit more. And it like also brings me closer to like my mom and stuff because I have a very close relationship with my mom. So it's like finally like más de eso.
You know, Guatemala was so close this year, like so close. And I feel like it was one of those things that you're like, finally, right? How was that for you to experience? Like, that I know you didn't grow up in Guatemala much. How did that connect you back to that side of your culture through that game?
I feel like for me, like I saw a lot of comments. I mean, I even went to my first soccer game. It was a friendly match. It was Guatemala versus, I think, the United States. I think it was. I was like, oh my gosh, like the energy is so different when you go to the matches IRL. Like they're excited, but also like you can kind of tell that they're expecting to lose, which is kind of sad because it's like, why are you expecting to lose? We haven't even played the game yet, you know? So it's kind of just, they want to win, but they also expect to lose, which is kind of sad because, you know, we want to see them winning as much as we can.
Yeah.
And you know, everyone was super hopeful that they would make the World Cup this year because, you know, at least for a lot of people who've been soccer fans since they were little and now that they're like, you know, elders, you know, they want to see that in their lifetime and then to be disappointed once again and so close. It's so like
close. Guatemala, to me, I saw as one of the closest one in all Central America because, you know, we have Panama that qualify. Congratulations to our brothers and sisters in Panama. But I think to me, I was like, what Guatemala va a pasar? Because like in Honduras, and it's sad, right? I was like, if it doesn't happen, it's like, even Honduras was very close, but they lost again Nicaragua, which I think this is a sibling thing. Because that's how I'm going to call, like I always say, like brothers, sisters of Central America. Nicaragua said, if we don't qualify, Honduras not qualify. They said, if Nicaragua is not qualified, Honduras won't, and we'll make sure they lose. That's such a sibling.
I feel like we need to support each other more because like, we had so many opportunities for more Central American representation. And, you know, we see a lot of South American countries, which is great because they're Latin American, but also like, where's the Central American representation?
Yes. Yeah, I think we do need to support each other a little bit more. I feel like in CONCACAF we always have those like como rivalidades, como digamos tenemos a México, Estados Unidos, and Canadá, and we always feel like we are the underdog. But I think if we continue going with that mentality in a game, we will. Oh, like, you know, we always think like, they're gonna win. Like, let's just make the best that we can. And I think at least lo que yo noto in Honduras is like it's a lot of mentality, like mental things that happen. So I do hope that there's more men's World Cup that Central America can be too, because in the Women's World Cup we have had representation.
Yeah,
they hold it down there. You know what I mean? But you know, I wish we can see that more, but also like funding, right?
and also they think like Guatemala, I mean, they have like a lot of younger players nowadays. So it's like, and they have like their coach. So I feel like, yeah, there's a good opportunity for next year because they did really well in the Gold Cup. Like they came in third place if I remember correctly because they lost to the U.S. So I mean they have it. They just need to get into the right mentality to like, okay, we can do this. Like ignore what people are saying that we're gonna lose, whatever we're gonna lose. Like we got this. Let's just play our best and do what we can.
Yeah. Well, before we end this conversation, I'm gonna give you the little World Cup. Who are you supporting in the World Cup? In the men's World Cup this year?
Okay. So because I'm half Mexicana, I'm gonna be supporting Mexico.
Okay.
Just because, yes, I would love to see Panama win, because they are Central American. But I would be super happy if Mexico would win because that also represents Mexico. And yeah, that's what I'm going for.
Are you excited of like any specific game that you're like, ooh, I cannot wait to watch it?
Honestly, the opening match, Mexico contra South Africa, that's going to be like the big game. And then I also know that the U.S. versus Paraguay is going to be playing at the SoFi Stadium. So it's like, and to be like 5 minutes away from the SoFi Stadium, like that's going to be pretty cool. Like, I'm not going to the game, but to be so close to the World Cup matches is going to be super cool.
Yay! Well, thank you so much, Jackie, for hopping on this side of the podcast. And we'll be watching, and you will see us at events. Hell yeah. Yay! Thank you. And now we have Liz on this side of the podcast. Thank you for being here. You have had a little experience of a couple episodes with Liz.
I have.
You know, you guys know she is our producer, so I'm glad that you're now on this side.
I'm excited too.
So you're wearing the Honduran jersey today.
I am. I'm defecting temporarily for the day.
She joined this side. No, I'm just trying to roast you. I just wanted to roast you. Okay, so today we're going to talk a little bit about the men's World Cup.
Yes.
And I know you have shared with me that you're not like a lot of like a soccer fan.
No.
But this is for everybody, and so let's talk a little about that. Do you have any memories, or did your family never like the sport, or you were like dying watching that?
Oh man. My dad like was big into soccer, but like I don't really remember watching a lot of like games. Like I think the only like fond-ish memory that I have was like watching my dad play soccer with like a bunch of friends in the park. And I think that was like because my dad is like a very very every typical dad, just very like kind of guy. And that was the first time I kind of actually saw him like a little soft. So I feel like the fond memory that I have of soccer is just watching him kind of be a kid again, because both my parents were refugees from El Salvador. But World Cup wise, I think this is kind of common, but like Shakira, duh. Like
Shakira.
I my Colombian queen. I feel like that's just like now the permanent anthem of the World Cup. Like whenever I think of the World Cup, I think of Shakira. Yeah.
Okay, I love it. So you're like, yes, I support the men's World Cup, but the music, baby. The waka.
I mean, sports, yay.
Yeah.
I mean, whoever wins, it's like the same thing with the Olympics. I'll tune into like whatever is like there, and if it catches my attention, then I'll be like, okay. Like that's kind of how I see it, like with the Olympics, pretty much.
Yeah. So like for you, it's more like a every 4 year type of thing, not like it continues through your day-to-day life. Or even in 4 years, it's like it depends.
Honestly, yeah, that's the way I see it. Like I don't really pay attention to sports as much because that's just not like what I grew up in. But like I also feel like soccer games are happening all the time. Like anytime my dad's visiting, because he bounces from town to town, whenever he's visiting, he'll be like, oh, like looking at the team being like, if there's a game on, and then there's magically be a game on. So for me, I feel like the sports are just happening all the time. And then by the time the World Cup comes, I'm like, oh, that's now. That's the way that I honestly see it.
Okay. So how do you feel now with the men's World Cup being here? Because we're in LA, but like we're being one of the host cities and being like it's gonna happen in Mexico, Estados Unidos, Canada. How do you feel like the energy, even like for you that is not a football fan, like what do you think it's like being surrounded by that?
I have sort of mixed feelings about it, also mostly because, like, you know, I've lived in LA my whole life, and traffic's already kind of so I'm just thinking about, like, gotta brace myself for, like, all the chaos that's about to happen in the streets of, like, just people going from place to place. But in a celebratory way, I also think it's important for a lot of people to understand the cultures and to have that kind of sharing, that kind of connection, because, like, we always have, like, people visiting. We always have tourism here. We also have, like, a lot of people who immigrate here from different countries. So I think having that mix of cultures for the love of the sport is very important to share. I'm just bracing myself for what the game will bring. And I just hope that no matter what happens, whoever wins what game, that we just celebrate someone winning, because someone has to win and someone's gonna lose. Take the L, take it home with you, and that's how I feel about it.
Love that. I love that. I think, you know, I was driving recently and I was like, why there's so much traffic? I was like, oh, baby, it's not even started. Ni siquiera comenzado. I'm already complaining.
I don't want to think about it.
Okay, let's not think about it. Let's not think about it. Let's not think about it. Let's just think of the positive thing. Yeah. Are you planning to at least explore a little bit of that side while, like, the fan fests are happening here? Or are you like, you know what? Let's keep it a distance.
Listen, I am biased. I will go for whoever's winning. That is Central American, and the only basket I have to put my eggs in right now is Panama. Once Panama is out, knock on wood that they're not out, because they will win. I don't know. I just live here. I just work here. Then, you know, by the time whatever happens with them, I just support it, and that's it. That's how I feel about it. I just feel like, as long as I would prefer to see a Latin country win, because I feel like that representation is very important. It also gives us more to see learn from the country, because I also feel like a lot of the times when there's, like, a like popular country kind of competing in whatever, people don't really care about it unless someone wins and they're like, wait, who are behind the teams and the sport and da-da-da, and where are they from and what's their background. As long as we get to shed some sort of light on a Latin country, preferably Panama, as long as a good country wins, that's all I care about. People with good integrity, good sportsmanship, good athleticism, good people winning, I'll take it, and I'll just be happy with that, honestly.
Yeah. Okay. I like that. I feel like, you know, this brings a little bit of, like, different pride and, like, support for each other. I think that's something that the men's World Cup usually, kind of how I sense it a lot. Like, it's like, oh, it's happening. Like, let's all go watch. So I think it will also allow for more unity. I hope that, because we need that. We need that. Capital letter highlight. You know, and I do hope that there is one of Latin American countries so that they can win it. I think as Latin America, as Latinoamericanos, we are biased on the side.
And I'll always admit it. I'm biased. I don't care who wins. Just a Latino. Take the World Cup home, please. Take this. Take it home with you. And then we can all share and be excited and be happy about it.
Yes. And you are Salvadoran.
I am.
So how has been you experiencing, I mean, even though, like, as a friend, but, like, how, you know, Salvador hasn't been able to qualify, but, like, what do you hope, even though, like, Panama did, what do you hope maybe down the line for Central American countries?
What I hope, I think, is probably just more respect and more visibility for Central American countries, because Latino America is big, yes. But I feel like we're literally caught in the middle, in the central region of not having any of that kind of visibility. Even, like, I think if we were just to be able to be seen on a level of life that's not really tied to, like, politics in a way, or things that are happening to our country or what people of our country have gone through. As long as we get to see something that's a little bit more fun, a little bit more lighthearted, a little bit more like kind of everyday life, I think that would be really fun, because there's more to us than what our country has gone through.
Yeah.
And there's more to it than what our people have experienced. And it's like, well, what about the people who are doing these fun things and doing these sports? Because I think people kind of forget like what sometimes like countries like what sports that we play and stuff like that. So I think it's like we get to have some sort of fun thing for ourselves, and as long as people see like, hey, I'm blank nationality and I play this. Oh, you play that? Oh, what, like we should play kick a ball. I don't know. Have a ball. Have a ball. Have a ball. That's
Lovely.
Yeah.
So I know you'll be watching a couple of games with us. So I'm gonna ask the question.
Okay.
Who, I know you cannot say it, but who are you supporting? What do you think is gonna win this Men World Cup?
I'm manifesting that Panama wins. Panama, you have my vote.
I had to whisper it. That was funny.
Los Canaleros.
Well, thank you so much for being on this side.
Yay!
We're gonna take Liz with us in a couple of games. You're gonna have her, and yeah. And this time, we're not gonna have a war like our country. We're not gonna have a war. You know what I mean? We're just gonna support each other.
Yeah, we are going to be united.
Yes, of course.
Period.
Yeah. That's why you were the shirt.
Okay. To be fair, my mom lived in Honduras for 10 years during the war, and where my family is in El Salvador, we are like 2 hours away from the border. So if I had to choose any other jersey, it was going to be Honduras because they helped my family out during the war. Shout outs to Colomoncagua. Shout outs to Marcala. Love that spot. It's nice and cold because I am heat sensitive.
Thank you, girlie. Yay! Well, now we are on the last part of this episode, and we have the one and only Brenda, which is the mastermind of this episode.
Well, hello, thank you.
And, how would we call it? Soccer expert.
Yeah, football, if you want to call it that.
Fútbol. La experta en fútbol.
Ay, no, ¿lo queremos hacer en inglés o en
Ay,
español?
como quiera.
Let's do it in Spanish.
Ok, vamos a hacerlo.
Los que hablan.
Para diversificar. Para diversificar, vamos a hablar español.
Sí.
Bueno, Brenda, vos sos experta en este deporte.
Sí.
Contame cuál fue como la primera memoria que vos tenés de yo. Brenda told me you need to call it Men World Cup. Ahorita, ¿cómo se dice en español?
Mundial masculino.
La Copa Mundial Masculina.
Sí, para la Copa Mundial Masculina, mi primera memoria, honestamente, fue... Yo sé que lo miré en el 98, pero también ese año pasó bastantes cosas. Nació mi hermanita. Hi, Catherine. Entonces, las memorias que tengo más vivas en mi mente son cuando sucedió 2002, Corea-Japón, y me recuerdo que todos los partidos, los horarios estaban, pero fuera de madre, para nosotros acá en California. Entonces, lo que hacíamos es que mi papá se levantaba para ver los partidos y yo quería ver todo, entonces... Pero siempre me dormía. Entonces él me decía, mejor anda a dormir. Y yo le decía, no, yo quiero ver el partido. Entonces agarramos una rutina donde me levantaba para el segundo tiempo. Porque él sabía, si no me levantaba, yo me iba a enojar. Entonces, ya tengo memorias de estar en nuestra casa y yo durmiendo en el sofá mientras mirábamos los partidos, y el segundo tiempo a divertirse.
Yo creo que vos me has mencionado que tu familia es bien futbolera y que, o sea, esto es una experiencia, o sea, es...
Yeah.
Aquí se planea, se ponen cosas en la pared, se ven todos los juegos. Yo creo que como que tenemos casi como la misma familia, pero mi familia no pone nada en la pared. No pone nada de eso, solo apostamos quién va a ganar. Y yo con mi mamá miro todos los juegos y los que podemos, ¿va?
Yeah.
Así fue como fue toda tu familia, de tu papá, tus hermanas.
Mis hermanas, una experiencia un poco más diferente, porque mi hermana mayor casi no le gusta mucho el fútbol, pero sí apoya ¿cómo se llama? Al fútbol femenino, Angel City. Y con mi hermana menor, ella siempre, cada 4 años, ahí está. Entonces, pero para mi papá y yo y mi cuñado, ya, siempre el mundial, tenemos un roster, hacemos un análisis, hacemos todo, miramos, no discriminamos, nosotros miramos todos los partidos.
Todos.
Yeah. Y hasta cuando viene el mundial femenino también. Yeah.
Y también, vos miras bastante juegos de clubs.
Oh, sí. Yo veo la Liga, Premier League. Premier League, antes le iba al Manchester United, pero cuando se me fue Sir Alex Ferguson, no volvió a hacer lo mismo. So, ya lo miro aquí y acá, pero más la Liga.
¿Cómo se siente ahora como tener, digamos, estamos acá en Los Ángeles y saber que en este mundial masculino va a estar acá? O sea, ¿cómo la experiencia la ha pasado con tu familia y más que todo vos de que te gusta tanto el deporte y saber que va a estar aquí, como lo has experimentado?
Pues, como mencionó Diego anteriormente, creo que hay bastante controversia ahorita con, pues, traer al mundial masculino a los Estados Unidos, especialmente con el estado del gobierno. Creo que estábamos bien emocionados cuando descubrimos que ya nos eligieron como uno de los candidatos. Okay, van a, ser los hosts del mundial. Pero ahora que ya estamos aquí, se siente un poco raro, porque hay bastante cosas que están sucediendo. Los Ángeles también es una ciudad donde necesitamos bastante ayuda en los recursos y todo eso. Entonces, sí, aunque quisiera estar más emocionada por tener al mundial aquí en nuestro, en nuestra yarda ahí en Inglewood. Me entristece un poco porque sé que no estamos en unas condiciones donde podríamos celebrar como quisiera.
Yo creo que con mi mamá he tenido esta conversación porque siento que en Latinoamérica nosotros que somos latinos, venimos de familias que amamos el deporte, especialmente los eventos como es la Copa Mundial Masculina, que es uno de los eventos más televisados a nivel mundial, que todo el sueño de algunos de nuestros familiares, así como, quisiera ir yo a una, entonces como a un mundial, y saber que lo tenemos tan cerquita y que no se siente lo mismo como hablamos con Jackie o con Liz, como el 2010. Yo creo que el 2010 fue una época, bueno, para muchas personas que
para ellas que son unas babies.
El 2010 es como ese sentimiento de unidad que se sintió en varios países, o, ¿me entiendes? Como nosotros somos hondureños, para mí es uno de mis core memories de lo que se trata de ese deporte. O sea, saber que estaba viviendo en Honduras todavía y que fue. Pero entonces no sé por qué, y mi mamá me lo ha dicho, no sé por qué no se siente eso ahorita, a pesar de que estamos aquí.
Creo que hay bastante hay que ver la preparación y todo eso, pero ni modo.
Ni modo, vamos a hacer limonada con los limones que tenemos. Con los limones que tenemos. O sea, vos vas a ver todos los partidos. ¿Tenés algún equipo al que vas a apoyar?
Eso es donde está un poco difícil. Porque en el Mundial Femenino le iría a nuestros USA.
Of course.
I'm sorry, boys, se van a enojar, pero ni modo. USA team. Good luck.
Good luck.
Good luck. I was like, try to get a star if you can. all the shades. pero a la misma vez, es un poco, antes le iba al equipo alemán, pero ahora bastante de las leyendas se han ido y es un equipo completamente diferente. Entonces sería emocionante ver qué es lo que hacen este año, esta temporada, pero así, me gustaría que si Panamá pudiera seguir salir del group stage, pero no sé, a ver qué pasa. Honestamente, para mí el mundial es como, es el, ¿cómo se llama? Yo sé que hay gente que dice, el Super Bowl y todo eso. A mí me encanta también el Super Bowl, pero sí, es como, el festival máximo de fútbol.
Sí, a mí cada 4 años como que se siente. So vos, Panamá, ¿pensás que lo van a ganar o quieres que lleguen los
Yo quiero que lleguen
lo más lejos?
No voy a decir quién quiero que gane o pienso que gane porque no quiero ser controversial.
Ella dijo, I don't want to get canceled. Bueno, ayer, aquí ando yo como que parezco Billboard de Honduras. Ayer, cuando estamos grabando este episodio, ayer jugó Honduras-Argentina en el último amistoso. Vamos a hablar un poquito antes de terminar este episodio de nuestra selección hondureña, que obviamente no llegó al mundial, pero es algo que nosotros hemos compartido como ese es como sour taste of que no pudimos llegar ahí.
Voy a ser un poco controversial.
Esto es Safe Space. Ya lo sabes.
La cosa con Honduras es que a veces se emocionan tanto y a veces juegan súper bien, pero en cuanto reciben 1, 2 goles, es como que se rinden.
Es mental.
Sí, es mental. Y también, obvio, la preparación y el tipo, ¿cómo se llama? El apoyo financiero no lo tienen como otros países. Eso lo entendemos. Pero, no sé, me encantaría ver a Honduras progresar y, porque tenemos buenos jugadores excelentes, pero a la misma vez yo sé que pues es lo mental, tendría que ser con el coaching y todo eso, pero a la misma vez, ¿cómo se llama? No sé, no me emociono tanto para los partidos. Me gusta verlos, pero ¿cómo se llama? No me esperanzo mucho porque digo yo.
Eso parte del corazón. Eso parte del corazón. Porque, como dice Jackie, yo entiendo lo que ella estaba diciendo. Como uno no puede ir con la mentalidad que uno va a perder. O sea, no podemos ir como, va a jugar Honduras, nos van a meter 5 goles. No me entendés. O sea, no podemos ir con esa mentalidad. Pero, digamos, ayer estaban jugando con Argentina y yo, obviamente, Honduras, pero no. Yo no voy a esperar que ganen porque sabía que...
no, yo sabía que iba a ganar Argentina.
Yo ya sabía que iba a ganar Argentina, pero yo sé como que eso también... O sea, como estábamos hablando, la mentalidad de nuestros jugadores, o sea, están jugando bien en el primer tiempo, le meten un gol antes de que se termine bien en el segundo y ya como que they started overthinking, ya es algo mental, pero yo creo que también es algo mental de nosotros, no confiar en ellos también.
No, y para terminar, porque yo sé que ya las productoras están...
Ya me están...
Pero para mí también es bien emocionante ver que el equipo hondureño tenga la oportunidad para jugar con un equipazo como Argentina. Aunque tal vez no estemos donde que quisiéramos que llegue el equipo, pero hey, hay pasos y ojalá que un mundial cercano estén en el mundial juntos.
Sí. Así lo espera la patria, diría. No, pero ya para terminar, bueno, muchas gracias and thank you everybody who listened to this episode. Ya saben que estamos haciendo una serie del Mundial, the World Cup Series. Vamos a estar cubriendo a couple of events. We're going to be talking with other fans and other people around this exciting events. But thank you. Thank you, Brenda. Te voy a dar la copita.
Thank you,
Because This episode was her idea to talk about Friends, and not all of us we have to be like super fan of the game in order to enjoy it. I think it does create a lot of unity, and for our community. So I'm really excited to share this with all of y'all. So hope you enjoy this episode and follow us.
Watch the games if you don't know nothing about the games. Come through, come watch it with us. We're gonna be hosting some watch parties. So
yes, we're gonna be hosting a watch party for Panamá y Croacia en junio 23 a Salud Venice. You heard it here first. O probablemente esto va a salir hasta después, but I said it for y'all. You know what I mean? Okay, I think that's it. That's it.
No, did you ask her?
Yeah, she did, but she said that she didn't wanna. She didn't wanna be controversial.
yes.
Bye. Centroamérica. Y nos vamos para Centroamérica.